Hello and welcome back to Suspended Fanimation. I'm your host, Dennis Bithoulkas, and it's time for Hawkeye, Season 1, Episode 5, Ronin. Welcome, everybody. Let me take care of some business for someone get down to it, because there's a lot to unpack here. If you like what you see here, like, share, and subscribe. If you're still on the fence about subscribing, take a look at the video that pops up at the very end here. YouTube takes the algorithms of all the stuff you've been watching and tries to match it as best as possible to one of the videos. My vast video library and pops up here just for you. Excuse me. And if you like what you see there, hit that subscribe button down below there. Also, if you can't hit that like button, the share button as well. And if you don't want to be notified when I come on live, best thing to do is hit that bell down below, and YouTube won't notify you when I come on live. So what you should do is go over to suspendedfanimation.com, take a look at the schedule I have up there. I change it out every week. Also, I have all the links to my social media on there and all the links to my pages as well. All right. Penn, good to see you. And Penn, excuse me. I don't know if you've noticed, but we've been having a little bit of spammers lately, like trolls and stuff like that. So keep an eye out if you can. And hi, Cheryl. How's it going? I may have taken care of it, but I don't know for sure. But we'll see what happens. All right. So spoiler alert, I am going to spoil the episode. If you have not seen the episode, go and watch it. Come on back. This will be a video you can comment down below in the comment section. Giving you enough time to go away because there are some huge spoilers. I'm going to hit you with them as soon as I put this paddle down and away. All right. Kingpin. That's what I'm going to say. Kingpin. Yes, it was finally revealed. And just like I said at the very end of the episode, Kingpin arrives. And it is Vincent D'Onofrio. So, but we had a whole bunch of other stuff too that happened in this episode that was really good. We got to see what happened to Elena during the snap. She was actually one of the ones that went away and was ashed, and we got to see what it's like for people who went away during the snap and came back during the blip. And for Elena, it was almost like an instantaneous thing, and we see that the bathroom change around her, and then she's there 5 years later. She's in one of the widow's bathrooms that she was trying to help, who oh, I'm sorry, Penn. Yeah, that's yeah, he's at the very end of the episode. I'm sorry. Yeah, I it was something that you probably should have gone and watched the whole episode first. Sorry, Ben. But yeah, the whole thing with Yelena, I'm really liking Florence Pugh's take on this character. Um, just the nonchalantness of it. The way she's talking to Kate Bishop, and it's her girls' night, if you will, with macaroni and cheese, and just that whole thing of using her full name all the time, Kate Bishop. She doesn't just say Kate; she calls her Kate Bishop, and she's been hired. We find out that Yelena has actually been hired by someone to kill Clint. We don't know who, and Yelena doesn't know who either, so she's actually going to track this down. Um, so in the meantime, Clint, who has actually warned off Kate as well, decides to call up Maya and say, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna meet you. Meet us at the place that you last saw me, or last saw Ronin, is what he says. And he dresses up as Ronin, takes out all the tracksuit mafia, and then fights with Maya. And basically, yeah, the whole thing with that whole fight scene and the end of it, where he just he gets the best of her and he pulls off the mask and says, yeah, it's me, but I wasn't there to kill your dad. He goes, I was only there because of the information I got from an informant who works for the guy who your dad worked for. Your dad's boss is what he says, and now you're boss. So obviously the whole thing was set up. Obviously your dad was not supposed to live. And so Maya's starting to now run the numbers in her head of who was there and who wasn't that night that her dad died and was killed by Clint, aka Ronin. And of course, Kate saves his ass again because he was going to be taken out. And we find out that that person who, of course, was the informant is Kaz. Yeah, Kaz is up there on the roof. And Maya just pointed out, flat out asked him, "Where were you that night that my dad died? You were supposed to be at the meeting." He goes, "I didn't get the call." And she's like, "Okay, yeah, sure." And she drives away, and he's like, "Shit," she knows, obviously. So we find out Elena is actually following Eleanor Bishop at this point. And Eleanor Bishop, by the way, is the one that actually hired Yelena. She tells her, and Yelena follows Eleanor and follows her, of course, to back to her place. And in the meantime, Kate gets to meet with Grills, and Grills, the firefighting LARPer, who also by the way, happens to have both Kate and Clint's new costumes that have been sewn, and he has a new name for the dog, which we haven't figured out yet. So we've got a whole bunch of things there. And as Kate is there with Clint, and they're eating at Grill's place, um, Kate gets a text from Yelena, and it says, "I found out who your mom's working for," and she shows her a picture, and she's like aghast, and she shows Clint the picture, and he goes, that's the guy. That's the guy I've been after, the big guy." And we get to see a blurry photo on the phone, but it's Kingpin, and he says it's the Kingpin. And yes, so Eleanor Bishop is working with the Kingpin. And by the way, Jack is getting arrested for his work with the Tracksuit Mafia, and being the CEO of Sloan Limited, which he knows nothing about, or so he says. And he even says, "I was framed, but I'll get out of this, and I'll be there in time for the Christmas party," which I think is more of a warning than a promise kind of thing. It's yeah. Um, so Jack is pretty pissed off that he's been arrested and also been drawn into all of this, because I'm fairly sure that Jack works for Kingpin as well at this point. And like everything I said, a couple of, what was the last episode? I said that Eleanor is going to be working with the Kingpin. Uh, she's going to frame Jack, and that she's out there for the money. But I think Jack is also working with the Kingpin as well in some respects. And yeah, good episode all the way around. So now is Maya and are Maya and Elena both on Clint and Kate's side at this point? Because it sure as hell feels like it. Because now they are both being used by Kingpin in order to go after Clint and Kate. And yeah, and we get to see the costumes next episode. We get to see Vincent D'Onofrio back as Kingpin, like he should be. Um, we get Lucky's. Well, that's the dog's name, is Lucky. Lucky the pizza dog. So So that's gonna be kinda cool. I think we're gonna get all of that as well. So I'm definitely looking to next, the final episode of this season, well, of this series, I guess you could say, because they're only gonna be doing, I think Loki's and, What If are gonna be the only, like, recurring. I think What If's gonna be the recurring series. Loki's getting a second series, at least, or second season. Nothing else is as so far as of yet. And by the way, you're going to want to tune in next episode, or my next review for the final, season finale there, series finale, season finale, whatever you want to say, because there is a contest involved. I've got not one, not two, but three pins to give away to people. And you're saying pins? What kind of pins? Well, grand prize is going to be if I can get that to focus, that is the ugly sweater pin for Hawkeye and Kate Bishop. That's going to be the grand prize. Second prize up is going to be the aforementioned Hawkeye. There we go, right there. And the third prize is going to be Kate Bishop as well. So these are all Marvel, approved pins, or what, licensed pins and all that kind of stuff. So yes, I'll be giving those away. It'll be the same thing, during the video for the season finale, people are going to just put in their comments in the comments section of the video, and then they're going to have 1 week to do that. And then, of course, the following week, I'm going to draw names, and we'll go from there. So, great episode. We had a lot of fun with that. This has just been a great series all the way around, I think. And, like I said, bringing Kingpin back, because we know Kingpin's going to be in this movie that's coming out tomorrow. The Spider-Man movie, this little movie called Spider-Man No Way Home. I'm fairly sure Kingpin's involved in this. Um, I'm sure they're going to have some kind of surprise for us at the end of this series as well. They're probably going to have another, mid-credit scene or end credit scene, something like that. Much like they've done with everything that they've done so far, and I'm looking forward to that too, to be teased with what's coming next. Because, quite honestly, I'm enjoying everything that Marvel is putting out so far, with the exception of Captain Marvel and Incredible Hulk, that kind of stuff, and the Eternals. The Eternals was meh. So, but I mean, honestly, with that few records of not good stuff, or not near misses, I should say, shall we say? I think they're doing a great job, quite honestly, and a lot of fun stuff. A lot of fun stuff coming towards us next year as well, and this year with tomorrow. I'm debating whether or not to go and see it tomorrow. Right now, I'm on the fence about it, but it depends on how crowded the theater is going to be. I have the theater where you can actually see how many people have bought tickets and whatnot, and so yeah, I'll see what's going on. If anything, I'll see it this weekend or next week or something like that. But anyway, what else do I have going on this week? Well, funny you should ask. Tomorrow is going to be a new review of something new called Station 11 on HBO Max. Station 11, Episode 1 on HBO Max. That's what I'm going to be reviewing tomorrow. Friday is a double header with The Wheel of Time and The Expanse. That's right, The Wheel of Time and The Expanse. Saturday is going to be Saturday Morning Blast Off, or take the genre news of the weekend, any genre stuff you guys want to talk about, we talk about it. Sunday, I'll be off. Monday, I'll be off as well. Tuesday, most likely, is going to be Is It Worth My Time? And that's probably going to be Spider-Man No Way Home. Most likely is where that's going to fall. And then Wednesday, of course, will be the season finale of Hawkeye and the announcement of the contest again. So there we go. Good stuff coming our way. Hopefully everyone's enjoying this, Hawkeye. I really do like this. It's one of those things that's kind of refreshing. We're not getting the cosmic stuff that we got with What If. We're not doing the fantastical that we got with WandaVision. We're also not getting the self-doubt, I guess you could say, of Captain America and the Winter Soldier. And that's what it's called, by the way, is Captain America and the Winter Soldier now. It's, we know he's Captain America now at this point. And so they're all different. All these series are different in their own ways, and they're good. That's the whole thing about it, is this diversity is actually good. You could have really had these things come out cookie cutter-ish, look like shit, and just been kind of bleh, and just have them be vehicles in order to promote the movies. They are vehicles to promote the movies, granted, but they are so well done that they stand on their own. They are their own mini movies, and they can actually just go right into the movies. The movies go into those. I'm really liking the way they're doing this. Penn says no Loki, but I really like it. Well, what if Tom Hiddleston pops up in the next episode? Penn, you never know. Then you're change. I think that point of view will change. Oh man. So, with that said, I'm gonna let you guys go for the night. Thank you to everybody who joined me tonight in the chat, and thank you if you made it this far in the video. If you're still on the fence about subscribing, take a look at the video that pops up at the very end here. YouTube takes the algorithms of all the stuff you've been watching and tries to match it as best as possible. to one of the videos in my vast video library and pops it up here just for you. And if you like what you see there, hit that subscribe button down below there. And if you can, hit that like button, the share button as well. And if you don't want to be notified, what you should do is hit that bell down below when I, basically you won't be notified when I come on live by YouTube, because being the bastards that they are. Or you can go over to suspendedfanimation.com. Take a look at the schedule I have up there. I change it every week. Also, all the links to my social media and all the links to my pages on there as well. Cheryl's enjoying this, and Penn saying Doctor Strange could show up too. He could show up for that. You're right, Penn. So we'll see. So with that said, I'm gonna let you guys go for the night. Thank you, everybody. I will see you again tomorrow for Station 11. Something new. We'll see what happens with Station 11, if it's just another pandemic show or what. Until then, don't let the door hit your ass on the way out. Otherwise, you may end up, I don't know, finding out that the guy that's trying to kill you is the guy you were trying to kill when you were Ronin, because your family disappeared during the snap and you were kind of working through some issues, and it just kind of got out of hand at that point. And anyway, it's a long story. Thanks, everybody. I will see you again tomorrow. Until then, stay safe, be well, take care. Wear those masks, get those vaccine shots, get those flu shots as well, because shit's running rampant out there. And wear those masks. Stay safe out there, everybody. I will see you again tomorrow. Have a good night. Stay safe, be well, and take care. Thanks, everyone. Good night.